Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to my channel. I know this is gonna seem really random. Actually, I did a little mention of this on my last video, which was uploaded, I think, early this week. So today is Thursday and I wanted to do a video about preparation for keeping things in the house since we are in a pandemic right now and it seems to be getting worse. And I know when I go out, there are some things that look like they're going out of stock and they're staying out of stock. So I just wanted to do this video because, as I said before, I work in healthcare. So there are certain things that I think you should have as staples in the house. And I think I'm gonna do this as a series of different subsets of type of products. But today I really wanted to focus on healthcare and well-being and things to keep in the house that you might want to stock up on now while you can get it, just in case the supplies go lower. Because I know when we went in stay-at-home orders last year, things were not on the shelves very quickly and they weren't replenished as quick. So yeah, that's my thought process, just to help you guys have some things on hand and in the house. So if you want to see what they are, then please keep watching. Okay, so the first thing that I want to cover, I'm going to go by, the best way I can describe it is by, I'll say by type. So the first thing I want to talk about are supplements and vitamins. So I think one thing that everybody probably needs to get in the house, and this is just because I shop at Target a lot, is vitamin D3. So vitamin D3 can really help with boosting the immune system, but you need to have a consistent vitamin D3 intake in order to have the level that you need for it to be effective. So I know that a lot of people may not do regular blood work, but there is a level of vitamin D that is optimal. So this is the highest strength that comes over the counter. It's actually 5,000 units, and you can see it here. You'll find over the counter, you'll see 1,000, 2,000, and 5,000. So I purchased the 5,000. I even give it to my son, but he is at the lower end of adult body weight. So if you have kids, you might want to see if they have a recommended dose for children, or a liquid might be something that you want to get so that you can have the correct dose for them. This is actually from Target. So Target's Up and Up brand is the one that I bought. You may notice, depending on where you live, that when you go to the store, it may not be easy to find. I know when we were at the height of the pandemic, vitamin D3 was a little bit harder to find. I will say, try to check your Marshalls, your TJ Maxx, those places that have a vitamin section that people don't think of. Also, if you're in an area that has a Trader Joe's does carry vitamin D3 right now. So the next product that I want to talk about, and I actually don't have it here on hand, but I do have it in the house, is vitamin C. Vitamin C is a really good vitamin to keep on hand and to have in the house. And when you have cold-like symptoms, it's good to have vitamin C to go ahead and help flush your system out, along with a lot of liquids. And the other vitamin that I want to mention is zinc. So zinc is also really good vitamin to help boost the immune system. If you look at products like Coldies or those dissolvable powders, you'll see that they usually have a combination of zinc and vitamin C. So if you look at those, then you kind of get the theory of why you can take them separately. It ends up being just a good immune booster. I can't talk. Immune booster. So yes, those are the things as far as in the vitamins, and your multivitamin, of course. So if you guys take a multivitamin, just try to get some on hand in the house so that you have extras, and you don't have to be in these lines if things do go back to how we were before, so that you just have them on hand. That's always good. Preparation is always good. So the next thing I want to cover is pain relief. So if anyone in the household starts getting sick or having flu-like symptoms, a lot of times you want to take a pain reliever that's over the counter. I use naproxen sodium, which is also known as Aleve. This is the over-counter from Target. And I also like to keep on hand the children's Tylenol liquid. And this, as you can see, is also Target's brand. And I also like to have the children's ibuprofen. And this is also the Target brand. So with that being said, the same thing can be used for adults. I have the adult ibuprofen. I have the adult Aleve that I just saw you, the naproxen sodium. And I also have the adult tablets on hand. Tablets can be used for the kids if they're at an age where they can chew it. Or if they're old enough with an adult weight, you can also use the tablets for the kids. But you need to consult your physician just to make sure you have the recommended dose for your children so that you're giving them the optimal dose for their age and body weight. So those are the pain relievers that I like to keep on hand. And then I also like to have creams because hydrocortisone is a staple product that I like to keep on hand. It is good if you ever have a rash or any type of reaction to something that's external, or what we also call contact dermatitis, where you have inflammation in the skin from something that you've come in contact with that didn't agree with you, or you might be allergic to and maybe didn't know. With that being said, you can also use Benadryl. They make this as a liquid for children, and they also have the pills for the adults. And this is from Target, and it's quite a large bottle. It was 300 count. So you have a good supply there with that count. And it wasn't expensive. All these products were very inexpensive because they're all the generics. You can get generic, you can get brand. It's your preference. So yes, I like the Tylenol, the ibuprofen, the naproxen, and the Benadryl, and the hydrocortisone to have on hand as well. Now, I did also pick up, and these are suppositories. I only picked this up, and I really never had to use these, but I just picked these up to have because you just never know. It always seems like when something happens, you don't have something on hand. So I was like, let me pick it up anyway. So the next thing that I also got was, and I actually purchased 2 hydrocortisone. So I have this one. This is the one with aloe. And then this one is with 12 moisturizers. So they're both the hydrocortisone. Now let's move on to the stomach stuff. So I picked up some antacids, and these are the generic brand from Target of Tums. So I like to keep antacids in the house just in case there's any sour stomachs. And this is, I have the Tums, the smaller one, an actual Tums brand. I remember when I was having my son, I had a lot of heartburn, and I chewed Tums like candy. So they do work. They help to neutralize the acid in the stomach. It's not a permanent fix, so it's just for if you have like an upset stomach from something that maybe you ate or something that's not really harmful. If you have underlying stomach issues, Tums probably won't be the product for you. You need to consult a physician. This is the adult Benadryl that I also already had, so that's the same as this little bottle. And just to say it again, they do make the liquid that you can use for children, but you need to talk to your physician or your pediatrician about the doses that you can take as an adult, and if it's okay for you to take as an adult, because some people have underlying medical conditions that will make it where these common over-the-counter products may not be a good fit for you. And I also have some anti-diarrhea medication. This is probably the generic loperamide. I can't see if it's on here. Yeah, so this is just the tablet form of what Imodium would be, that green liquid in the bottle. And this is just a pill form, and it helps to stop if you have diarrhea. So I also got a first aid ointment, and this is just the bacitracin with zinc. They also have another first aid ointment that is just like neomycin, and some people are allergic to that particular product, so you have to know what works for you and what doesn't, and then you just pick the appropriate one. But I like to keep a first aid cream or ointment on hand, as well as something to cleanse the wound if you need it, like hydrogen peroxide, or they also have products that they make for kids. And I made a little first aid kit, so I'll go into that in a few moments. And the last thing that I want to cover is, I think it's always a good thing to have for the kids, Pedialyte or some type of electrolyte solution. If kids get diarrhea or they get dehydrated, then you can use this. And that's just for mild cases. Like if you are sitting and you really have a severe case of dehydration or a lot of vomiting or diarrhea, that becomes a more persistent issue. You need to seek medical advice, whether you need to go in or not, or what needs to be done, if in fact you can stay at home. So I picked up Pedialyte. I also am keeping Gatorade in the house, and I'm also keeping soup in the house, and I'll show you those products in a few moments. So those are the first things that I wanted to cover. And then I'm going to show you guys how I did my first aid kit and some things that I ordered just to keep on hand, because if you're not feeling well, you're not going to really want to be cooking. So I just decided to get some cup of soups just to keep them on hand, and I will show you those in a few moments. I'm going to gather them for you. Okay, so I did also, in addition to the Pedialyte, I got some Gatorade, and I'm gonna keep this in stock. And you know, with the Gatorade, if you have any type of Sam's Club, Costco, BJ's in your area, maybe you get a multi-pack to cover all the flavors that different family members might like. Personally, I like the yellow one and the red one, so I just got the, I think it's lime. So the next thing that I did is I made sure that I have my first aid kit handy. And this is just one that I made. It is only products that I like to have. Everybody's different, so I just put in the things that I like to keep on hand. And actually it came in yesterday. Yesterday I was in a store. I picked something up. I was in IKEA and I picked up a milk frother. And I put it in the little bag that they give you. And when I went to take it out later, I picked it up to take it out, and I did not know, but the spout was broken. So I ended up, I have like a cut that goes right here, and it was not anything nice at all. It actually bled a lot. So much so they had to call an associate to come down and fix my finger up. So I have been using my first aid kit actually that I have. And this is the case I actually purchased at Target. It was one of those kits that you get when you buy so many products, they just give it to you for free. So let me show you what's in my kit. One thing I have is Neosporin, and this is what I use as an antiseptic to cleanse any wounds. So I've been using it on this finger. I also have some tough cloth tape, and this is what you would use in case you have to wrap anything or use gauze or the pads that don't stick. And then I have more antibiotic cream, and I just leave this in the kit. I have the other type of antibiotic cream, and this is where I was telling you that there is more than one type. This one is considered to be comparable to, I want to say polymyxin, which is bacitracin, and that's this one. And then the other one is compared to the neomycin plus pain relief. And neomycin is the one that I believe some people might have an allergy to that particular medication that's in it. So you just have to know and just be careful and choose the right product that's good for you and your family. So the other thing I have is butterfly closures, and these are for cuts that you can pinch together and then have it heal. If it's like kind of like a gash, but not really, but you know, you can pull the skin together and then put the butterfly closure on, and that can help so that it doesn't heal open. And then I have some gauze pads in the medium size, some small gauze pads, and then I have some Band-Aids. And these are products that I actually took out of the box, and this Band-Aid is actually what I used on my finger. These are products that I took out of the box, so I have more in the original box as backup supplies for when I need to replenish it, but I wanted to make it handy in case it needed to be pulled out quickly. And then I also recommend, besides having these things, maybe having some aloe or an aloe plant close if there are any burns or irritations that you want to treat with aloe. And we talked about the peroxide. I use this instead of the peroxide as a cleanser for any wounds. And you may say, why is she even bringing this up on this channel? I like to talk about things that I think are relevant. I like to talk about things that I enjoy. I do enjoy helping people. As I said, I work in healthcare, and I think that this topic right now is very big. I think that in trying to keep ourselves healthy in the best state, one of the things we can do for ourselves is to have products in the house so that we have them on hand in case we can't get them later, and that you're able to treat minor things at home versus having to go to an urgent care or a clinic or the ER, just to leave room for people who really need to be there if we can do certain things at home. And as always, you need to seek the consultation of a physician or a pediatrician just to make sure the doses or the medication is appropriate for you. Everybody's body is different. Some people have underlying health conditions, so I can't generalize that everybody can use all these products. I am only offering what I am keeping in stock. But again, everybody knows their respective health issues. Please make your checkups, get your visits in, try to do it now, try to do it early. The fall may be a little bit different from what we are in now, maybe worse. I hope not, but just be prepared. And everyone, please stay safe. I will see you in the next video, and I'm gonna cover a different type of subset of products and what I recommend to keep in stock. Until then, I will see you next time. Have a wonderful one. Bye.